What's up, y'all? It's Boss Beta Coach, and we're going to be going over understanding your credit report. Okay, so what is a credit report? A credit report is a detailed record of your credit history compiled by the credit bureaus. The credit bureaus are Equifax, TransUnion, and Experian. It includes information such as your credit accounts, payment history, any outstanding debts, and inquiries you may have on your credit report. I know a lot of people think that the credit score is more important than the report, but if you understand your report, you can work your way up to building up a higher score. The score is just a number, but there are a couple things that play important roles in the calculation of that score. Okay, so the key sections of the credit report are personal information, credit accounts, credit inquiries, public records, and collections. Personal information is the section that includes information about you, your name, your address, your date of birth, your social security number. You need to be keeping this information current. They don't need 16 addresses for you, 15 employers. They need one current address. You need to make sure your address is correct, your name is spelled correct, your social security number is being reported correctly. And if not, you can get this information updated. Credit accounts. Credit account lists all the credit accounts you have, including credit cards, mortgages, auto loans, student loans, any kind of loans, installment loans, anything like that is going to be reported under your credit accounts. Credit inquiries, they can hold a lot of points up on your score. Credit inquiries are basically when you run your credit and they check your credit to see if you pre-qualify or qualify for things such as credit cards, loans, auto loans. You get a hit on your credit. Now, these hits, they will report under the inquiry section, and it's two different type of inquiries. Now, we got hard inquiries. Those stick to the credit report. And the soft inquiries won't affect your score, but they'll be on there, but they're not as big of a deal. And then we got public records. Now, if you have any kind of like judgments with the courts or bankruptcies or any filings with the courts, that's going to be under your public records tab on that credit profile. That stuff also has a big impact. Certain lenders look at stuff like that when they make a decision based on do they want to give you credit or not. Collections is also another big one. If you have any debts that haven't been sent to collections, they won't report as collections. But if you have debts that are already transferred over to another data furnisher or a third party collection agency, they're going to report it on your credit as a collection. Now, it's important to know what you have reporting on your credit profile. Now, if you don't use a credit monitoring site, it may be a good idea to get you a credit monitoring site. I like Experian. You can use annualcreditreport.com to pull a free copy of your report from all three bureaus. You can use Experian.com. You can even use Credit Karma if that's more easier for you to navigate. So how do you read your credit report? And this is the stuff that's also going to help you understand why your score is lower, because if you prioritize these main topics, then you can work on building up a higher score. So account statuses, they're going to rate your ability to pay back debts. That's what the credit bureaus are doing on this report. So your account statuses, are they late? Are they delinquent? Do you have charge-offs? Do you have any negative information attached to these accounts? That information is a huge portion of your score. The late payments and charge-offs, those are going to hurt your score the most. Because like I said, they're rating your ability to pay back debt. So if your goal is to get to a higher credit score, with the higher credit score, you look pretty stable. So with a higher credit score, you're able to get approved for a lot more things than you would be with a lower credit score. So you kind of want to keep your credit profile cleaned up. So if you have a lot of late payments or delinquent accounts, you need to take care of those accounts. Credit utilization. So the ratio of your credit card balances to your credit limit. So are your cards almost maxed out? How close are you to your credit limit? Keep your utilization below 30% is recommended. I always tell all my students and my clients to keep it below 15%. Always pay your balance on the due date, but before the statement closing date. If you want that lower balance to report, pay it on before the closing date. Not on the closing date, not after, on or before the closing date, okay? Okay, and then inquiries. Inquiries, let's just be honest, they make you look like a risky lender. So the more inquiries you have, the less likely you are to get approved for stuff, because the banks are looking at that like, hey, well, she got 6 inquiries, none of these other banks gave her a loan or the credit card application, what kind of product she applied for, they didn't give it to her, so why would we? It makes you look kind of risky, so you don't want all those inquiries on there. And there are ways to dispute and remove information, because the credit bureaus make mistakes also, and sometimes they report inaccurate information. And as consumers, because we are all consumers, we have the right to know what's reported on our credit profile, and we have the right to, investigate and challenge the credit bureaus to provide us with proof of how this information pertains to us. So if you ever feel like they're making a mistake, or they're not reporting something right, or this account doesn't belong to you, then you have every right to dispute it. So the FCRA, they put certain laws and rules in place for us as consumers so that we're able to repair our credit, and fix any errors on our credit reports. And like I said, if you need to get a copy of your credit report for free, go to annualcreditreport.com. Okay, so that's the end of this video.